To fear death is to fear your own home. To fear the passage to the other side is to fear a homecoming. It's understandable that leaving this experience, this experiment, this embodiment would include some grief and resistance, would include some grasping, for this experiment has been all about grasping this life. But remember the surrender and the freedom also of death when she comes for you. A job well done, a life well lived, and a passage home well earned. You are curious about death, I know. So many of your questions, so much of your curiosity, so many of your fears originate with your excitement about the ultimate passage, death. So let's walk you through it then, because you've been through it already so many times, that perhaps me retelling in one translation of the untranslatable will remind you of the truth of how you have experienced the passage before. When it gets closer to your time of homecoming, your two guardians of the passage come closer. Those with eyes to see might perceive out of the corner of their eye, out of the softness of their imaginative view, two pillars of light, two angelic beings. And the one passing will begin to see them in many forms. See them as old friends. See them as animals who are kind. See them as the angels they are. The one who is passing begins to see again through the dimensional layers that by necessity limit vision during this life, or else you might ruin the surprises of this game. But as you near your homecoming, you begin to hallucinate. You begin to hallucinate. You begin to see and feel those who have always been with you. Those who are your beloveds who have crossed, those who are your guides, your guardians, your helpers. Those who are dying can see, finally, even as their eyes might physically go blind. And so remember that this process of physical death is also a waking up. You know this if you have had the blessed gift of being with one who is on the passage. You'll know this if you listen to the words of the dying, or if you listen to those who have been listening, if you have listened to the hospice workers, if you have listened to the nurses, if you have listened to those who have died and come back with near-death experiences, which are not just near, but often a passage through the way and a return. If you have been listening, you know that the passage, as it approaches the crossing, is one of reckoning and beauty. It's true that those who have been deep undercover in this game of life, those who have had fraught lives full of suffering, of violence, hatred, all of the things that in truth we are not. To play those roles during a lifetime, the role of the evil, brutal, violent one, is like a soul going deep undercover. And so for those who are fraught with fears, with trauma, with violence, with resistance, with addiction, even the passage towards the homecoming can seem more terrifying. Even the angels who are there to help may seem like enemies. Be that as it may, their passage is still one that leads home.